What's up, cool kids? FD White back with another episode. Welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. So Bitcoin is sitting at 107,242 at the time of recording. We put this over in the Cool Kids Alpha Club. Make sure you guys come over there to the Cool Kids Alpha Club Telegram, free Telegram, where I give my thoughts, analysis, real-time thoughts, trade setups, things like that. So what I'm looking at right now, let's actually zoom out a little bit. I'm on a 4-hour time frame. What I'm looking at is Bitcoin is in a bullish structure. Even though we have a lot of resistance coming in at about 108, we've been hitting our head there over the past few hours since yesterday. We've been creating lower highs ever since we hit our head, or we got that all-time high at about 112, 103. We've been making lower high, lower high, lower high, another lower high, but we have been setting up for a bullish move. We have been setting up for a bullish move. And I say that because I am looking at something like this, a bull flag, with breakout targets possibly coming. I don't know, some people draw it like this, possibly coming around the 125 area. So I'm not going to get too excited until we get a break of this, a break above, of course, a break above the downward sloping trend line, the top side of this triangle, or the top side of this flag, and then we definitely come and use this all-time high as resistance and then break above there. But we're going to take one thing one step at a time. Bitcoin is looking okay. The NASDAQ, I think, hit all-time highs yesterday or today. Things have recovered pretty quick. Shout out to Ian Dunlap over at Red Panda. He's on EYL, Earn Your Leisure, every Monday for Market Mondays. He said the market will recover in 60 days. He told his community, he told everybody who was watching that the market was going to recover in 60 days. It took probably 70 days to recover, man. So that was a great call on him. We did get a V bottom when it came to those tariffs and when it came to everything that was going on a couple months ago. So we are in a good position. I like the way Bitcoin is looking. Bitcoin dominance did hit a cycle high, coming in at about a little over 66%. Right now, we are creeping back up. We're at 65.93. So if we look at altcoins are bleeding against Bitcoin. We have not got a solid push in altcoins. And one of the coins that I really look at, we're not going to talk about altcoins in this video, but one of the coins that I look at to gauge or to get into some trades or gauge how the altcoin market may go, even though it's been an outlier over these past few months, is Fartcoin. Fartcoin has been one of the leading coins, one of the leading altcoins to determine the short-term strength of the overall altcoin market. And if we look at this right now, Fartcoin is down almost 5%. Solana is down 1.5%. XRP is down 3.17. We can go down the list, and we're seeing all or mostly all red when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to these altcoins. So this is a Bitcoin. This has been pretty much a Bitcoin cycle. Right now, I think Bitcoin is going to continue to shrug its way higher. I think Bitcoin dominance probably will go to about 68. We looked at the channel. Let's actually go over to it. We talked about this before, but we can look at it really quick. We talked about the channel that Bitcoin dominance has been in for a couple years, and this was the beginning of, well, the FTX collapse is when we really started this channel. So right now I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance to potentially get up to about 68, 67, 68% before we get some sort of a cool off, unless we actually broke out from the 65.5 move, or the 65.5% area, and we're starting to break back above there. So it's looking like maybe 68%. If we can get to 68% for Bitcoin dominance, hopefully Bitcoin does start to go up. If we can break out of this bullish pattern that we looked at, let's go back to the 4 hours so we can get a little bit more information. If we can break out of here, that would look very good, and we will be ready. We will keep the cool kids ready for a trade, for a breakout retest. So I do have two bullish scenarios that can play out. Now, one of them is a little bit more bearish than bullish, but overall they're both pretty bullish. So right now what I'm looking at, scenario number one, is for us to just break out of this 108 area, get our way back up to this 112, use that as support, retest, and then blast our way up to that 125 area, which was our measured move. Not saying it's going to happen overnight, but I do think that would be the target for a move if we did break out, retest, and then go up past those all-time highs to see how high we can go. I think 125 would be a good area to target, and that's been my target for like a year and a half now. If you've been watching my videos. I've been saying 125. I thought we were going to get there a lot quicker, but it's been very, very hard to navigate, very, very hard to time because of all the economic, all the fundamental factors that's been playing out or playing a part of the cycle. And then scenario number 2 we have is for us to get rejected at the top side of our bull flag, come all the way back down to our June lows, which is about 98K, a little under 98K, depending on which exchange you are looking at. So we can come back down here using the bottom side of our bull flag and potentially still stay in a bullish structure or still stay in a bullish pattern. So we could get rejected here, or we keep getting rejected at the top side of this bull flag. Like I said, come all the way back down to about 97, around 90. Even if we got some sort of a, let's actually draw it out. Even if we got some sort of a deviation, let's say we did come up here, we came down, got a deviation to sweep some of these here, get some liquidity out of here, and that'll come in at about 95 to 97K. Come back in, retest there, go back up, retest, we'll break out, retest, and then go back up. It's a lot of breakout and retest, breakout, retest, breakout, retest. So this is actually 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, or you can kind of ladder out slowly out of one position if we do come all the way back down here and reclaim. So, I love to, well, if you don't know, I love reclaims. I love breakout retests. So that's really pretty much my overall strategy. It doesn't matter if it's a pattern. It doesn't matter if it's a major SR support resistance level. I am a reclaim trader. I love swing failure patterns. I love when it goes to grab liquidity, come back, gets back into a range or reclaim some sort of support level. Then we can, continue our way forward. And of course, the opposite, if we do it going to the downside, we can grab some liquidity at the top and then make our way back down. But right now, I want to talk about longs, and I want to talk about Bitcoin going up to all-time highs and potentially higher. So that'll be something, or that is something that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. When it comes to altcoin, I want to make a dedicated video for some of the altcoins that I'm accumulating and some of the altcoins that I've been trading. We talked about Fartcoin. Fartcoin right now is probably the best altcoin to trade. It's been respecting levels. It's been making major moves to the upside and the downside. So once Fartcoin does make a strong, or once it does have some momentum going in one direction, it usually lasts for a few days and is very strong. So we're going to probably make a dedicated Fartcoin video to trade. I don't know if I want to accumulate. I've been seeing a lot of people saying it could probably 10x from where it's at now, but we'll have to see how that plays out. So right now, when it comes to altcoins, I'm rinsing and repeating. I'm in and out. But when it comes to Bitcoin, I'm also trading. But if we do start to get some sort of crash, or we do start to get some sort of major pullback like we just got a few days ago, I'll DCA in, smaller, well, not smaller and smaller, but little by little, as I don't want to go too heavy at these levels. Now, if we do have something that plays out to where we get some sort of massive correction, another massive move, let's actually go back down before we get out of here. Let's go to the weekly time frame, and then I'll tell you where I would go super heavy. So we can still, like this move here, or this, so this started, I think the bull run started officially around the beginning of September 2023, and really started to ramp up October of 2023. So we have this trend line that we've been watching ever since then. So it's approaching 2 years. So we had a touch here, we have this touch here, we had another touch here, massive run up to 72 to break those all-time highs, double top, another touch here to come back down to that 55 level. Then we blasted up to come up to this 107 area. Then we came back down. This was when we got the tariff news. And where did we touch? Touched perfectly on this upper slope of trend line. So we could still maintain bullish structure coming down to about 80K, around 80 to 85K. Even if we came down here, we'll still be bullish. This is where I would probably go a little bit heavier. So this trend line has worked for the past almost 2 years. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. This has been the signal to go a little bit heavier after we got these 2 touches. Then we got the third. It's like, okay. Then we got the fourth. It's like, now we get another one. Usually the more touches, the weaker the support or resistance gets. But I think with everything going on, I think with the big entities, the big players accumulating. I just see Metaplanet bought more. I see Pompliano as his firm has bought or is buying a lot of Bitcoin. Of course, MicroStrategy, of course, BlackRock, all these big players are accumulating. So probably some bigger whales behind the scenes, some governments, some nation states, things like that. So I think the ceiling or the floor rather, is a lot higher. I don't think we're going to just drop drastically unless something crazy happens geopolitically. And it was almost on the cusp of something happening geopolitically last week, but it seems like the ceasefire has kind of tapered our those short-term bearish sentiment when it comes to, what was happening over with Iran and Israel. So that's a good sign as well. So like I said, if we come back down to the mid to low 80s, I think that's where I will go a little bit higher. We start to break that structure, I would be a little bit more inclined to be a little more long-term or mid-term bearish. I don't think we're going to come down this far, and I don't think, well, we could, but I don't think we're going to start closing dailies and weeklies below here. This is my line in the sand. So you can easily draw this on your chart if you want to have something very simple, but to watch, because it's been, if it's not broke, like I said, don't fix it. It's been something that has been playing out here, here, here. So like I said, we come back down here, then that'll just be another iteration of what we can look at to buy a bigger load of Bitcoin if Bitcoin does come back down there. So that's just pretty much it right now. Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. We're just watching Bitcoin, seeing what Bitcoin wants to do. We drew out a couple bullish scenarios. One is a little bit bearish, then bullish, but I think this will be a perfect opportunity to get in and ride a nice momentum move up to all-time highs and potentially past all-time highs for Bitcoin if we do come back down to the bottom side of this bull flag. But like I said, this is a bullish pattern. This is a bullish structure that we're looking at. So hopefully everything plays out. Like I said, we will be in the Telegram all week, all weekend. Pretty much we'll try not to take any days off as the market moves along. And then, like I said, I know a lot of people like myself were degens, so we want to get in some of these altcoins. We want to get in some of these altcoin moves. So we'll have a dedicated video to some altcoins and probably a dedicated video to some specific coins that I've been accumulating or that I like to trade, like Fartcoin, Hype, Solana, XRP, of course, Ondo, and we'll look at a few more. Dogecoin. We'll look at a few more that I think have some good potential for the rest of this bull run or the rest of this year, which I think Q4, if you watch this video, a couple of videos ago where I said Q4 looks like Jerome Powell's whispering Q4, that's when I think we're going to start to get some movement once rate cuts start coming in, once, things start to align with the 4-year cycle. Hopefully we can get that move in Bitcoin and in altcoins for a nice leg up, possibly going into a bear market. Hopefully the bear market is not as strong, but a lot of people are saying super cycle. A lot of people are saying bear market. A lot of people are saying the 4-year cycle is broken. So we'll just see. But one thing we will be as the cool kids, we're going to be cool, calm, collected. We're going to be rational in irrational markets. But number one, we're going to be prepared. So appreciate you guys for watching. I'll talk to you in a minute. Peace.